It's really easy to find your way from the archaeological museum and the Church of the Martyrs to St George's Greek Orthodox Church. You just have to follow the line in the pavement. Walking these couple of little streets around Madaba, it's gorgeous to see the different architecture. Architecture in Madaba is completely different to the architecture in Salt, completely different to the architecture in Amman. From the outside, it really looks as if everything is identical, but if you just stop and look, it's just so uniquely different. So the next site you come to is the Church of the Martyrs and the Burnt Place, and it's a semi-undercover, semi-covered area that you can just wander around, take 10-15 minutes. But what is different about these mosaics and the other ones that we'll see at Alma Hayek is that these ones have symmetry, where the map was almost like a free hand. So there's the potential that this kind of mosaic on this side was an aisle, and up the top there would have been potentially something like an altar. In this one we can see a guy fighting a bear, we can see a gazelle running away, so maybe there was something over here like someone chasing it. This one over here, it has a mother and foal, and this person here could be in a boat or something, could be in a boat. And then up the top, there's two symmetrical, rope-looking ties. Over the top, there is wildlife, birds, trees, leaves. So we'll move from this. So we'll move from this one over there to the Church of the Martyrs, under that cover over there. Moving into the Church of the Martyrs Church, you can see it's a very standard basilica. It has the nave here in the middle, and it has the aisles to each side, and then it has the ambulatory up the top there. I'll just try and describe what is in front, and then I'll try and get some closer images. So the first row is a scene of fowling, a hunter with birds, perhaps a falcon with a stick in his hand approaching a tree to frighten the birds out of the branch, and the second hunter with sticks is ready to catch the birds in a cage. There's another animal outlined, and that could be a zebra. In the second row, this fourth panel, once again, is another hunting one, and the scene of wild beasts with a hunter with a whip. Another hunter with a three-pronged fork. The hunter with the three-pronged fork probably has a lion on a leash. In this panel, it's potentially shepherds. This is the ambulatory end of the Church of Martyrs. And you can see on either side, there's little rooms. After leaving the Church of the Martyrs, the Martyr Church, you walk over to the Burnt Place, which is just on the other side of the park, and you find this east wing with some pretty amazing mosaics in this space. There's the symmetry that I keep talking about within these mosaics. Pretty impressive bull fighting a lion there. fabulous symmetry. But if you're not careful, you will walk around without paying any attention to this little beauty, the Queen of Madaba. Isn't she spectacular? That is the most ultimate selfie. So, leaving the Queen of Madaba. Oh, there's some pretty spooky looking eyes just there. Looks to be some hair and some leaves just behind him. Once again, water is important for any of these sites, and on this site there is also a cistern. 1 room, 2 rooms, 3 rooms. So the Church of the Martyrs and the burnt place is very small. Only probably need to spend about 10 minutes wandering through here and taking some amazing photos. The next area that's included in the Jordan Pass is the Church of the Virgin Mary, which is technically the archaeological park. I don't know if you can see that, but it's snowing. It's not even right raindrops, it's snow. The Church of the Virgin Mary. The arches and vaults underneath the Church of the Virgin Mary. A woman with a child there in the middle. Naked little cherub over that far side there with a wing. Hippolytus Hall. Aphrodite sits on a throne next to Adonis, who holds a lance. A wet nurse turns towards Hippolytus, who is accompanied with a minister and a servant holding his mount. Acanthus is that plant that is in those scrolls framing the scene. Theseus, the king of Athens, is exiled for a year for the crimes he has committed. Hippolytus is his illegitimate son who has sworn chastity and reverence to Artemis instead of Aphrodite, the goddess of love. To get her revenge, Aphrodite has his stepmother, Phaedra, fall in love with Hippolytus And this elaborate drama unfolds when Fedora, eventually killing himself, and unjustly blames Hippolytus. Theseus returns and exiles his son. Artemis intervenes to resolve the issue, and finally Hippolytus forgives his father and then dies. Mosaic is like a storybook, and so in each corner there is icons, and they are the four seasons surrounding this Hippolytus story. Leaving the Church of the Virgin Mary, just looking at other parts of the park here as it lightly snows. This is an amazing road.
Yes, but Madaba is, you can visit Madaba.
So I'm just going to walk in the crypt of Saint Alanius. There is a mosaic under the floor. Crypt of Saint Alanius, Elias. Birds and trees.